Hello friends, so you are ready for getting the information about our immune system in a simplified manner. So let us start. Now our today's topic, it is concerned with the secondary lymphoid organ. Now you know that within our body the different types of the secondary lymphoid organs, these are present. Specifically the major secondary lymphoid organs, these are including the lymph node, spleen, Pierce patches, mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, gut associated lymphoid tissue, cutaneous associated lymphoid tissue. These different types of the secondary lymphoid organs, these are present within our body. Now, specifically these secondary lymphoid organs, these are responsible for giving the site for the activation, proliferation, maturation of the different lymphocytes, that is the B lymphocyte, T lymphocytes. Means these are actually the functional site for these immune cells. For that purpose, these secondary lymphoid organs, these are plays an important role within our immune system. As this topic it is very much long, so I am here within this video I am only focusing on a single type of the secondary lymphoid organ which is very much important, that is the lymph node. So today we are only discussing about the structure and function of the lymph node, which is the major secondary lymphoid organ. Now these all of the secondary lymphoid organs, these are responsible for generating the immune response within our body. Means whenever any type of the foreign particles, these are entered within our body, either it is through the different sites, that is we know that there are the different entry sites for these foreign particles within our body. So if they are entered from any, either they are entered within the blood or within the lymph, majorly these are get removed by these secondary lymphoid organs, as these are having the number of the immune cells within that, which are after getting the antigenic stimulus, these are get activated, and these lymphoid organs, these are responsible for removing such type of the foreign particles from our body. Now majorly these all of the processes which are carried out within the secondary lymphoid organs, these are within a highly regulated manner. Majorly it is the activity of the cytokines. These cytokines, these are the secretory proteins which are secreted by the different types of the cells, and majorly these are regulating the action of all of these immune cells, specifically are controlling these the different types of the lymphoid chemokines or the cytokines. These are including the lymphotoxin alpha, lymphotoxin beta, then the tumor necrosis factor, interleukin 7, interleukin 17, then its different activator proteins. These are participated within the regulation of all of these activities for developing the immune responses for the purpose of removal of these foreign particles which are entered within our body. So today we are discussing about the structure and function of the lymph node. Now these lymph nodes within our body, up to the 450 lymph nodes, these are present. Means within different parts of our body, on the face, on the different sides of our body, majorly there is the presence of these lymph nodes. Majorly at the different sides of the lymphatic vessel, there is presence of these regional lymph nodes. So these multiple lymph vessels, they connect with the lymph node specifically for the purpose to removing the antibacterial, different types of the microorganisms which are present within the lymph. Means in other words we can say that these are responsible for filtering the lymph. Now if we are discuss in brief about the structure of these lymph nodes. Structurally these lymph nodes, these are kidney shaped, or in other words we can say that these are oval or bean shaped capsulated structures. These are the capsulated structures, and majorly the different strands of the connective tissue, these are responsible for dividing this capsulated structure into the three different regions. The outermost region which is present beneath the capsule, it is called as the outer cortex. Then the next region which is followed by this outer cortex, it is called as the middle cortex, or it may be called as an paracortex region. And the innermost region present within this structure, it is called as the medulla. Now all of these structures, these are filled with the stroma. It is consisting of the reticular fibers and the cells. Now these different cells, it includes the immune cells, either these are the T cells or the B lymphocytic cells, then the macrophage cells, then the dendritic cells, follicular dendritic cells. These number of different types of the immune cells, these are present within these lymph nodes. Now this stroma, it is responsible for providing the network for large number of lymphocytes. Majorly the size or the shape of the lymph node, which is kidney shaped, it is developed due to the presence of meshwork of the fibroblast cells. That is the different fibroblast cells which are present within these. These are responsible for giving the elasticity to the lymph nodes. Now, how these are performed means, specifically we know that whenever there is the antigenic stimulus, it is given, or whenever there is the presence of the antigens, then the antigenic stimulus, it is given to the immune cells. Either it is a B lymphocytic cell or it is a T lymphocytic cell. After the antigenic stimulation, majorly there is the proliferation of these cells. Now the exact meaning of the proliferation, it means there is the increase in the number of cells, the clones of the cells, these are get formed which can fight with that specific antigen. Means in simple words we can say that there is the increase in the number of the lymphocyte, there is increase in number of lymphocytes. So specifically here in this condition, the size of these cells or the size of these lymph nodes, it is smaller one, so there is no more space for the this developing T lymphocyte cell or developing B lymphocytic cells. In this condition, preferentially the dendritic cells or other type of antigenic presenting cells, whenever these are giving the stimulus to the fibroblast cells, majorly these fibroblast cells, these are responsible for providing such type of the elasticity, due to which the size of the lymph nodes, these are get expanded, and then it is responsible for giving or providing the site for the proliferation of the this T lymphocytic cell for the purpose of removal of that specific type of the antigen. Now after the removal of antigen, again the number of the T lymphocytic cells, it is lowers down or it is get reduced, and again it is getting its original size. So due to the presence of these fibroblast cells, majorly there is the elasticity characteristics, it is present within the lymph node, or these are responsible for giving the specific site for the development of the these immune cells. Now here it is the structure of the lymph node. Here the different sites which are present within this, the axillary lymph nodes, these are present. Then different sites where there is the presence of the this, here the luminar lymph nodes, these are also present. Here it is the structural representation of the lymph node. Within that, majorly here it is the capsular structure or capsulated structure which is surrounded by the capsule. Now here the different types of the vessels which are seen here within the figure, majorly the different vessels, these are present, these are called as the afferent vessels. These are afferent vessel. Through that afferent vessel, there is the entry of the lymph from the different sides of our body inside the lymph node. Inside the lymph node means it is the entry site for the lymph. It is the entry site for the lymph. Now along with the lymph, this lymph, it is responsible for carrying the different foreign particles which are present within the lymph and collected from the different sides of the body, and here it is filtered within the lymph nodes. Now whenever it is passes through this, firstly it is passes from the cortex. Now within the cortex there is the presence of the B lymphocytic cells. Means here it is the site for the activation or for the proliferation or activation of the B lymphocytic cells. Means in other words we can say that here there is the development of the humoral immune response of our body, or here the site where there is the presence of the B lymphocytic cell and there is the formation of antibody within this site, that is the cortex region of the lymph node. Within that again there is the presence of the germinal centers. Now these germinal centers, majorly these are having the activated B cells, means which are getting the antigenic stimulus. Those cells which are not getting the antigenic stimulus, these are called as the naive cells, and those which are getting the antigenic stimulus, these are called as the stimulated cells. And majorly these stimulated cells, these are forming these germinal centers. Within that germinal center, the actively growing B cells, these are present, which are responsible for forming the different types of the or secreting the antibodies. Now these germinal centers, means these germinal centers or these types of the cells, these are nothing but the activated B cells. These are activated B cells. Now the second region which is called as the paracortex region, which is present beneath to that of the cortex region. It is within that there is the presence of the T lymphocytic cells. Here within this there is the presence of dendritic cells. Now these dendritic cells or the macrophage cells which are present within this, these are responsible for representing the antigen towards the T lymphocytic cells, as these are carrying the surface markers on their surfaces, that is the MSC class first and MSC class second molecules which are representing the antigen towards the T lymphocytic cells. So for that purpose, majorly the cortex region of the lymph node, as these are containing the B lymphocytic cells and there is absence of the T lymphocytic cells, these are called as the T cell independent region. T cell independent region, because within that region there is absence of the T lymphocytic cell. In contrast to that, within the paracortex region, as there is preferentially presence of the T lymphocytic cell, it is called as the T cell dependent region. It is the T cell dependent region. Again within the medulla, which is the innermost region of the lymph node, again there is the presence of the B lymphocytic cells. It is populated with the B lymphocytic cells. Again the germinal centers, these are present. Majorly the plasma cells, these are also present, which are actively secreting the antibodies. Means the plasma cells, which are the antibody secreting cells, these are present within the innermost region of the lymph node. Now within this, again within the capsule, beneath the capsule, the lymphatic vessels which are present or which are passes inside the lymph nodes, these are called as the sinuses. The vessels beneath the that of the capsule, these are called as the subcapsular sinuses. Now these sinuses through the trabeculae, these are passes to the innermost region, that is below to that of the medulla region, and these are connected with the hilus. This hilus, it is the connected with the another important vessel which is called as the efferent vessel, which is called as efferent vessel. Now here through the arrow, the movement of the this lymph within the lymph node, it is shown, that is firstly from the efferent vessels there is the entry of the lymph. It is percolated through firstly through the cortex, then through the paracortex, and then through the medulla. These are get removed from the lymph node through the efferent vessel, through the efferent vessel. Again there is also presence of the arteries and veins which are entered within the lymph node near to that of the efferent vessels. So means there are the many routes for the entry of the lymph within the lymph node, but only a single route for after the filtering or after to remove from the lymph node, only a single vessel it is present, which is called as the efferent vessel. But the many efferent vessels which are the entry site for the lymph inside the lymph node. So it is the structure of the lymph node. Now we are switch over to the functions of the lymph nodes. Now preferentially these lymph nodes, or whenever we are discussing about the detailed structure of the lymph node, it is consisting of the dense outer cortex with the lymphatic nodules. Now these lymphatic nodules, these are nothing but these are the germinal centers for the B lymphocytic cells. Now the many lymphocyte, that is macrophage cells, antigen presenting cells which are including the dendritic cells, plasma cells, reticulocyte cells, these are present within the cortex. The specifically within the germinal centers or near to that of the germinal center, the specific type of the dendritic cells, these are present, which are called as the follicular dendritic cells. As these are present within these germinal follicles, due to that these are called as the follicular dendritic cells. Then a less dense medulla, it is consisting of the lymphocytes arranged within the stands called as the medullary stands or the medullary cords. Between the cortex and medulla, the paracortical region, which is the thymic dependent zone, that is the T cell dependent zone or the thymic dependent zone. It is called as the thymic dependent zone because these are containing the T lymphocytics which are primarily developed within the thymus. Due to that, it is called as the thymic dependent zone, and the cortex, it is the thymic independent zone. Now these sinuses, these are also present within the medulla. The cords and the sinuses, these are extend towards the central hilus, which is connected with the efferent vessels. The arteries, these are entered within the lymph node, and the veins and the lymph vessels, these are exit through the hilus. means the hilus, it is the site for the entry of arteries inside the limb, and the hilus, it is the site for the exit of the lymph vessels and lymph vessel and the veins from the lymph node. Now we are switch over to the functions of the lymph node. Now the major functions of the lymph node, which is the most important secondary lymphoid organ, it is within our body, as we are discussed earlier. Number of the lymph nodes, these are present, that is up to the 450 lymph nodes, these are present within the human body, and preferentially these lymph nodes, these are responsible for generating the immune response, means the generation of immune response. As within that, preferentially these lymph nodes, these are responsible for the filtration of lymph. Now here the term filtration, it is all of the antigens which are present within the lymph. Now lymph, it is nothing but the liquid portion of the blood, and the lymph, it carries the antigens from the different parts of our body. These are collected and again these are get transferred within the lymph node. All of the antigens which are collected from the different parts of the body, these are get filtered within the lymph node, because these are trapped by the antigen presenting cells. These antigen presenting cells represent these antigens towards the B and T lymphocytic cells, and here the B and T lymphocytic cells, these are activated and proliferated and responsible for destructing these antigens, and then the filtered lymph, again it is get transported within the body, that is the lymph which is free from the any type of the antigens, these are get transported within the body. Again these are the acts as a site for the lymphocyte activation, differentiation and proliferation, because no doubt these immune cells, that is either these are the T lymphocytic cells or the B lymphocytic cells, these are primary develops within the bone marrow and the thymus, which are the primary lymphoid organs, but the actual functional site of these are present within the secondary lymphoid organs. So these secondary lymphoid organ, that is the lymph node, it is responsible for giving the site for the activation, differentiation and proliferation of B and T lymphocytic cells. These are responsible for generating the mature antigen primed B and T lymphocytic cells. So it is all over information about the structure and function of the lymph node. So if you are like my video, please subscribe the channel and also share this video with your friends. Okay.